What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date and keep you informed with everything that Congress is doing. And we got another congressional committee hearing coming up. And the answers coming from the Biden administration on this are just utterly insane. These people's ineptitude knows no bounds. I'm telling you, folks, these people are crazy. The guy lays out some facts and just totally goes around the questions being asked and does not respond in the way that you would think. Denies reality. That's the name of the game, really, denying reality. And trying to say, oh, no, reality isn't what's going on. This is what's going on, folks. Don't believe your lying eyes. The economy is just great. You're not paying more for your utility bills.
5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I want to discuss the continually rising energy costs that are burdening hardworking Americans today, especially in my district in central New York. Just last month, our primary electricity provider, National Grid, announced that it will be seeking major rate increases for electricity and natural gas. Their proposal would add approximately $440 a year to the bill for a typical central New York household that is using both electricity and gas. This increase in rates demonstrates the pressing need for America to reassess its energy investment strategy. And it's clear that the bill is coming due for expensive and unrealistic progressive energy policies, and that is placing a burden directly on the middle class and elderly ratepayers, as I just mentioned. The cost of expensive renewable projects, canceled gas pipelines, and prematurely closed nuclear power plants in New York State, as well as on the back of the electrification mandates, these are failing average Americans. And in particular, they're impacting the 65 or so % of Americans that live paycheck to paycheck. And I speak today on their behalf. Can you explain the cause for these rising energy prices for my constituents, please?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question and the focus on affordability. There's not a topic that's more important to me personally.
Anything about the causes? That would be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, so any constituent of yours, our shared constituents who are paying too much for energy is one constituent too much. What we're actually seeing is the historic investments we've made in clean energy are actually having a decrease in prices across our country. In fact,
wait just a minute. National Grid just asked for a historic increase as you've rolled out renewable. Let me finish, please.
Yep, please.
As you've rolled out historical mandates for renewable energies in New York State. So I'm afraid the facts really do not match with the talking points.
So once again, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your utility bills. None of that is real. What we say, that's reality. The Biden administration is absolutely insane, you guys. These people just can't seem to agree with facts, can't seem to agree with reality. They want to put out these talking points. Oh, well, we've had historic drops in these things. Right? No, I'm sorry. Everything is higher, right? Joe Biden coming out saying, oh, well, inflation was freaking 9% when I took office. No, it wasn't. As a matter of fact, it didn't go up until after it went up after you took office and skyrocketed right on up to 9% over the course of a year. And they did absolutely nothing to stop it. But their administrative rules that they're putting into place to adhere to their climate agenda has absolutely raised the cost for all kinds of things. Energy production being the main one of those, right? Talking about they're trying to shut down coal-fired power plants all across the country if they don't install this technology that's not fully developed. That's going to raise costs, right? All these rules they're putting into place for electric this and solar panel that, it's just outright ridiculous. It's making people have to pay more. And what is the Biden administration's answer to this? Oh, you're not having to pay more. We're actually seeing reductions in... No, we're not. Look at the freaking bills. But you can't get these people to give you a straightforward answer or take any accountability for any of their actions. None of this is aligning with reality. Once again, like I said, they're just outright insane. If they just keep on telling you that everything's fine, that somehow everything will be fine. But no, we're seeing it go in the opposite direction. Everything is not fine, and it's getting much worse.
For example, your department has said that we need at least 200 gigawatts in additional new power generation by 2030 to replace aging growth or aging infrastructure and expected growth. I suspect that number is even higher today with AI. One of the requirements for renewable energy is that it has energy storage attached to it to be reliable and both a significant contributor to energy on the grid. Is there currently a grid-scale energy storage solution that is both technically and economically feasible today? Yes or no?
A number of parts of the country are adding storage, whether it's lithium batteries or pumped hydro, and it's an incredibly important part of the solution.
And you're
right
saying
now
that those are
and will be in
both
the future.
technically and economically viable today?
That's right. That's why folks
The
are
director of the
passing
National Science Foundation testified here just a few weeks ago that there, in fact, was no such solution, and there likely wouldn't be for 10 years. And that happens to be a fact consistent with my own analysis and investigation. So are you refuting the director of the National Science Foundation?
Happy to talk numbers and happy to talk facts. What we're actually looking at from our own independent, and this is not a politically run part of our department, our own independent EIA, Energy Information Administration, is actually we're going to see a slight drop in electricity prices by the end of 2024. So there may be parts of the country that are experiencing some
This is after the historic
overall-
increase that's being requested. That's when the price drops
so we had
happen
a-
after the historic increase.
have an
It's a little
increase.
disingenuous, I think.
We did have an increase because of COVID and when Russia invaded Ukraine. The
So
price-
this is your answer to my previous question. This is the
What
cause
I'm
of rising
saying is
energy
the
costs is
investment-
COVID?
the
Is
investment-
that right?
the
Is
investment-
that your answer, sir? I'm really, my constituents want answers to these questions. They don't want talking points. You didn't answer the question of why energy costs have risen. You've said now that they rose because of COVID, an answer you didn't provide earlier. And then you said that prices are going to drop right after these historic increases. That is cold comfort, and I mean that literally in upstate New York, because it is cold up there in the winter. That's cold comfort to the ratepayers in my district. And I don't hear real answers. I only hear political answers, and that's frustrating.
So again, you got to look at cause and effect. Because of the president's leadership, because of the congressional legislation, the extraordinary legislation, we're going to have $38 billion across our country in savings for folks on electricity bills. We're already starting to
Not
see
in my
that work
district.
its
They're going to
way.
have $440 more
And
per
that's
year.
where I said we've got
And
to have.
they will have this
Gentlemen,
administration to thank
time
for
has
it. I
expired.
yield back.
Gentlemen,
I like how he says you got to look at cause and effect. Because of the president's leadership, everything is more expensive. Everything is getting ridiculous. We've got the country up in arms over some of the Biden administration's policies. Title IX provisions, open borders. We got the world is on fire. We got war all over the damn planet, right? And then they want to blame some of the price increases on energy production on the war in Ukraine. Well, you know what? If Joe Biden would have been doing his damn job, that war would have never got started in the first place. They're trying to blame Putin. Remember the Putin price hike? Yeah, they're still on the Putin price hike. And they have no solutions. They have zero solutions. Once again, he's trying to come in and say, oh, yeah, we've got solutions with the batteries, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm sorry. You don't have any solutions. Once again, like I covered the other day, they're trying to shut down the vast majority of the coal-fired power plants in this country if they don't install this technology, with zero solutions on what to do if they do actually shut those down. Do I think they're going to do it? I don't know. I really have no idea. They said they're going to, but it would be political suicide if they did. Dereliction of duty, for sure. Possible criminal charges for negligence, because now you would have vast swaths of the country going without electricity. Yeah, that's the policy prescription of the Biden administration, if you will. That's what these people are trying to do. They want to adhere to their climate religion. Damn the economy. damn your lifestyle, damn anything. They got to put in place their damn climate agenda and screw what reality has to say about it. We don't care. We don't care if there's no solutions. These people are just utter insane, if you ask me. And I know I say that all the time, and it might sound like hyperbole, but it's really not. Once you look into their policies, once you look into what they're doing all over the place, right? They want to come out and say, oh, well, we've had the lowest border crossing since 2021. Yeah, since they rose, 15 million criminal aliens have come across that border. And now you're trying to tout your border enforcement by saying the numbers are low? Yeah, it's hot as hell. It would be suicide to try to cross a desert to come to the United States right now. So, of course, the numbers are going to drop. That's seasonal, by the way, but that doesn't stop them from trying to tout that the numbers have gone down, y'all. Numbers have gone down. We talked about this yesterday. The numbers going down, right? Like crime is at historic lows. No, it's not. They're just not reporting the crime. So the statistics might be lower, but the crime hasn't dropped at all. And that's par for the course for the Biden administration. When you try to look at everything, you try to parse out everything that they're doing, you realize that they're not doing anything to try to help American citizens. But it's all just crazy if you ask me. And I just wanted to bring y'all that quick video because that interaction was just nuts if you ask me. These people just don't seem to care about your pocketbook whatsoever. They don't seem to care about the safety of the American people. They don't seem to care about anything that has to do with normal around here. They just want to further their agenda, and they could care less the damage it does to our standing in the world, the economy, pretty much everything. They could care less, and that is the name of the game of the Biden administration. But I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section, because if you ask me, it's outright crazy. But y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.